with the new signing, the two signing dates, been really an interesting dynamic. We signed 18 kids in December, and it allowed us to really hone in on those guys. Just to give you guys background and people watching this, you know, when you're at a group of 5 school and you have to babysit the month of January because the Power 5 schools come in and poach your guys the last 2 weeks of recruiting in January, it gets hard, and you're always scrambling at the end. We were able to sign 18 guys and hold them. I'm gonna go through some numbers with you guys with our class. So we signed 18 guys in December. We signed 4 since the break. So we've got a total of 22 signees. And I would say this up front: we're probably not done. There could be 2, 3, 5 left that we might sign between now and the time we kick it off in 2018, September 2018. 22 signees. There'll be 11 offensive players, 4 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, 4 wide receivers, 1 quarterback. 2 years in a row, we signed 4 offensive linemen. Feel like we're trying to upgrade our offensive line talent. This class offensive line talent is really remarkable for Texas State. Long group of kids, athletic group of kids. We feel like we're more athletic than any point in time we've been here. 2 tight ends, 2 good-sized tight ends that are actually physical tight ends, but also have athleticism that can run and catch. That's something we haven't had since we've been here. 4 wide receivers, really upgrade on our wide receiver now. It makes us really young in that room, but really talented at wide receiver, and 1 quarterback. Really excited about this guy from San Antonio. He's a special kid now, and he's going to push for a chance to play for us very soon. He will push very soon. 9 defensive players, 4 D linemen, which we need to continue to upgrade our D line. The thing that I like about our D line, I think we've gotten longer. I think we've gotten more athletic. I think our shortest D lineman our shortest size is 6'1", 280. The rest of them are 6'3", 6'4" guys. So we've gotten longer. I think we've gotten more athletic there. So really excited about that. 5 DBs. We wanted in the defensive backfield to get more athletic back there. That was something we had to do. I told the staff this morning, I've never been around 0 interceptions in my life. So I mean, that's, you know, I've been in a secondary that owns a record for DBs interceptions, and now I'm a part of one that didn't get any. So I've never been around that before in my life. So we got to get more athletic and with more ball skills and that kind of stuff back there. 2 specialists, an area we definitely need to upgrade, and got 1 kicker. Really 2 guys that can kick and punt, but they have specialists in one area, specialize in one area or the other. Just, you know, for you guys that care about people and academics, the average GPA is 3.48. The average test score, ACT, is a 21 and an 1045 test score. So smart kids. You know, so it's give me some numbers on honors. 20 all-district players. Okay. 6 all-state players. 11 team championships, 10 district championships, 1 state championship, and an average team record of 9.41 wins, 57 postseason games. So again, trying to recruit kids that know how to win. You know, bottom line, that's I think you can go and recruit kids all day, but if you don't go recruit them from programs that know how to win and then bring them into a culture that you're trying to teach that to everybody in it, then you're kind of barking up the wrong tree, or not going to have any success. We had 33 official visits. You're allowed 56. We had 33 official visits. We had 22 commitments, so that's a 66.7% efficiency rate. 13 of our 22 guys we saw in camp this summer, some form of camp this summer. So really, to be honest with you, I'd like to get that number up higher. Like to get it to where all the kids that we sign we see in camp. But sometimes that's not possible. So we're really excited about the 22 guys. I think we may get another 1, 2, 3 here as we move forward past February 7th. But we're excited about the 22 we have. We'll add that to last year's class, which we felt like was a really, really good class. I think this is just as good a class. Maybe, I hate to say it, but maybe it's better or better than last year's class. So I'm excited about it and kind of anxious to get these guys here. I think the early signing period really helped us a ton. To sign 18 kids and to get them locked in December, and then to be able to go out in January and be more specific on what we're signing. And then for me to be out and not worry so much about babysitting, and to be able to go into high schools and see high school coaches. I was able to go see more Texas high school off-season workouts at 7:30 in the morning, and I mean, it was amazing, because now I got to see 19 kids compete in their mat drills, in their off-season workouts. So I get an idea of what they're about. So that's not been the case in the past. And I'm sure if you went to a bunch of press conferences today, you'd hear that from a lot of coaches, especially at our level, at the Group of 5 level. You're babysitting. You're in 3 high schools watching the kids eat lunch, making sure no other school's talking to them, and then going to the house at night and babysitting them at the house, where this year you had them signed. So you were able to start on your 19 class. We talked this morning as a staff. We've already started with our board. Our board's already up with our 19 names on it. We had a junior day 2 weeks ago and had 45 guys in, 2019 guys. We had a walk-on day this past weekend, had another 20 guys in to try to add walk-ons to this class. We had walk-on tryout yesterday. So we are ahead of the game than we've been at any point in time since we've been here. So we're excited where we're headed. I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, as I look through some of the bios, I see a wrestler, basketball players, track and field. I know you've spoken before about how you're looking for athletes, maybe not just football players.
Yeah, I think the more you get multi-sport guys, it really helps your program. One of the things that's happening now, and it's happening across the country, is kids get so specialized, and they go play football, then they go work with a trainer instead of going to play basketball or run track. Well, if you're doing football 365, 24/7, you might get burned out on it, so I really like kids to go compete. I don't care what you're doing, that trainer can't set the bar of competition like going to play basketball in a real basketball game or go run track and compete against guys on the track. So I don't care how hard he trains you, he's not going to be able to set the competitive spirit bar as high as going to compete in a real sport. So that's something that we always look for. How many sports does he play? Is he involved in a number of sports? Is he competing in a number of sports? So yeah, that's something that we're excited about this class.
Coach, given just how strong this year's class was and last year's class was as well, what does that say about the relationships that you and your staff have built within the Texas high school football community?
Well, again, I want to take my hats off to our staff for doing such a good job out on the road. And again, I think this early period's really helped us. We've moved some guys around in different areas, but it allowed guys in January to go out and spend time with their high school coaches in their area. And to me, that's so important. I was out the last 2 weeks, and it's amazing. When I was a young coach, I used to go try to hit 10 schools a day. Well, that was stupid back then. You did it, and it made you look like you were a heck of a recruiter, but you really weren't. In Texas, you can't do that. If you're hitting 5 a day, you're doing good, because you're going to be in that school and you're going to be in that coach's office talking ball. I've been on the board more talking defense with high school coaches in the last 2 weeks. I feel like I've been speaking at clinics, and it's been unbelievable. It's the best time of the year, other than actually practicing playing games, for me, is to be able to go into high schools and coach say, "Coach, tell me what you're doing on defense." And then you get up there and you talk about fronts and coverages, and then they show you what they do, and you go, "Shoot, I really like that too. We may try to work on that this spring or something." But our coaches were able to do that this spring, so hats off to them. It's been a really good recruiting period. It's really helped us, I think, this early signing period, so we can do that, so we can spend more time with the high school coaches.
Coach, how important was it to get those 4 to this class that you added?
Well, it was really important. We were able to lock in on a couple guys. We were able to get a defensive lineman from Neiman Forest that kind of fell to us, and we were hoping he would fall to us, Nico Isidore, and he did. It worked well for us that he was there. We're able to go get another pass rush guy from Lufkin, Courtney Calvin. So it was good that we were able to go get those guys at this time in the class, and then we were able to go find a punter. And to me that was critical. Clayton Stewart from Flower Mound is. Just so you guys know, we went to go see him 2 weeks ago. Last Monday, the head coach from Colorado was there. Head coach from Notre Dame was there. The head coach from Penn State was there right after us to watch him punt. And for us to be able to come out with him and get him was really special. On our plan to win the vertical field position, we did a good job this year in net punting, but where we wanted it punted, we need to get better at that. So I think we've upgraded that, and then to be able to go sign Chris Kessler out of Longview, really going to help us with accuracy and kicking field goals and extra points.
Coach, last year the playbook was really open. How many guys in the signing class can play multiple positions, can do everything on the field? When we try to sign guys, we try to be specific in positions, but we also, what else can he do? We always talk about adding value to our football team, to our football program. So, a bunch of these guys can play multiple positions. We've got guys that we've signed as safeties that could play corner. We've got guys that we signed at safety that could play spur, outside linebacker. We signed corners that could play safety. We signed receivers that could play tight end. So we've been able to do that. We signed, maybe a couple offensive linemen that could play defensive line, which you usually don't get that. But we've got some guys on the offensive line that are really, really athletic, that in a pinch they could go over there and probably be pretty good defensive linemen. So it's important to not just pigeonhole guys. The thing that I do as a head coach is I get a chance to watch those guys, and then I always look at what else can he do. Can he help us on special teams? Can he help us at another position? I call it the +1 mindset. He can do this job, but what else can he do? Can he do 1? Can he do 2? Can he do 3? So that's always been my mindset in recruiting.
You talked about bringing in pairs and spares in the program before. How does this recruiting class help you build that depth that you want to see in the program?
It is helping us. We're still not there yet. Just so you guys know, when we go in the fall, we'll be at 74 scholarships. The number is 85, and I'm going to keep saying that. So we're not there yet.
But it will help us. We've signed 8 offensive linemen in the last 2 classes. All those guys will get a chance to be in the 2 deep this year. So we're getting closer. You know, I think the emphasis with 4 offensive linemen and 4 defensive linemen was big for us this year. And athleticism, not just big guys. You know, you can sign 6'3", 290 guys that can't move, and there's some of those guys out there. But we did a good job. I thought Coach Mateus and Coach Morin did a good job of evaluating, and our offensive defensive staffs of finding the guys that fit what we want to do.
What is it about Tyler Vitt that you like so much? You mentioned you're excited to have him come into the program and compete.
You know, he's athletic. You talk, and I'm gonna challenge you guys to do this. Go talk to any high school coach that he played against this year. Okay, and I bet you there won't be one to say he wasn't at least 1 or 2 of the best quarterbacks they faced. I promise you. Go ask Todd Dodd up here at Westlake. I saw Todd at the NCAA convention. He said, "You guys got to steal." I said, "I know. 6'1", 190, can run, very accurate, strong arm, and he's got that it. He's got that leader stuff that, that you don't teach. And so the day he walks on this campus, he'll be in the rotation trying to compete for a job. And I'm saying that, I just feel that from the kid. I just feel that from the kid. The day he walks in here, the guys that have been here better be on point every day. So I think he'll compete with them.
Coach, it's got to be a good feeling to have your son Pierce come play for you here in Texas State. And just as a dad, how does that, and a dad as a coach, how does that make you feel for him to come to Texas State and be here?
Well, here's what I'll tell you guys, and this is not being, hard or anything. He was, a guy that we had to recruit. Because he had some options, and to be honest with you, he had some options of places that we had to work to get him. And I think anytime you get that dynamic, and I haven't been around that dynamic, so it's going to be new for me. It's going to be new for him. But I think he's, what I've watched him do is since the day he signed, he's been working his tail off. So. Because I think he wants to go somewhere where he's got a chance to play and add value to a program. So at least I know what he's getting. I know what his home life looks like. So I think that was one thing we could check right away. I know what mom and dad do, and I know how they act, and I know how they raised him. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think he's really anxious. The thing that he's done a really good job of that I like is he's really tried to welcome everybody in the class. He's helped us in recruiting. He really has. He's helped us in recruiting. So I'm proud of him for that. So he's in the team. He's a team guy. He's in the team. So I'm excited about that.
Coach, how hard was it for you though to recruit him and kind of let him make this decision on his own?
Well, it was. Here's what I always say is, and I always tell parents this of other kids: let them make the decision, but don't let them make a wrong one. Let them make the decision. Let them go visit. Let them go to. He went to Toledo. He went to some other places. I talked to Troy Calhoun the other night, and he said we really wanted him. I said, Troy, he's not going to do that Air Force commitment. I said he don't want to do that. But he was really. They did an unbelievable job of recruiting. Toledo did an unbelievable job of recruiting. Liberty did an unbelievable job of recruiting. But, for him, I think being closer to home, we always say within the 5-hour radius is about where you get most of your kids, So I think he likes mom's cooking a little bit too. So we'll see.
You mentioned how Pierce has helped contribute to building this class. What about the other guys in your locker room? Do they get some credit for this class?
Yeah, they do. They get a lot of credit. A lot of credit. It's amazing when you start getting a culture like you want it, and on official visits, you know, one of the things that as coaches we do, I think, a good job of, and in other places we've done a good job of, is when you got a guy on a visit and you ask his host on, you know, I call the host on Saturday night after they, you know, or Sunday morning, whenever, you know, might be Friday night late or Saturday morning, depending on when they get in. How was it? Does he fit? That's what I always ask him. How was it? Does he fit? Can he handle hard coaching? You know, is he going to be able to handle our culture? And they'll tell me, they'll be real honest, coach. And we've had some say, no, coach, no, don't take him.
And you
Don't take
put
him.
value in that.
Don't take him. If the kid says don't take him, I'm not taking him. I'm not taking him. So we've had that happen. So it's you know, it's very, very. I think we've got our locker room to where we can do that now, where those guys can tell us, coach, you know, and we've had them say, coach, he's rough around the edges, but we got him. He's going to be in our room. We got him. So I think that's where you want to get it to, where those guys will be really honest with you and tell you exactly. Because those guys, when they go out with the guys, they're going to let their hair down. You know, all the stuff comes out then. So it's really good to be able to have the kids on your team, the players on your team, be able to tell you a little bit more that you may not know about that guy. You get to vet that guy a little bit more.